Hi everybody, we're going to be continuing with our narrative text type in English today, and we're going to be looking at writing a character description. Now this is going to be for the character of our story. Remember that our story revolves around ocean creatures and the impact that plastic is having on their environments. But first, what I want you to do is just to listen to an example of a character description from Harry Potter, and we can see the sorts of things that the authors use. There might be some things that you really like. You might want to get a bit of paper and write some of these down, some phrases that you like, and maybe you can adapt them into your character description. So, clever Harry Potter never liked to be defeated. He always rose to the non-stop magical or deadly challenges that were thrown his way. Due to his flexibility, quick thinking and bravery, he was a talented Quidditch player, and his hiding skills weren't too bad either. After a lot of practice, he became the king of magic spells and could use this to his advantage in many life-threatening situations. He was underestimated. Because he was so loving and gentle, he was often naive to the evilness at Hogwarts, but he never let his bad luck spoil his good nature. He was recognised by everybody. You couldn't miss the glaring lightning bolts stamped on his young forehead or his distinguishable stare. Round glasses hung from the front of his glossy blue eyes, which glowed with a mixture of determination, sorrow, and confusion. His once quivering hands turned to steel over time, and it was rare to see him without his pointed life-saving wand or a jet-black cape. Although he had a relatively ordinary appearance, he was far from ordinary. Harry Potter was the kind of wizard that you could meet once, but never forget. Lots and lots and lots of things that I liked in there. I like, instead of saying he wears glasses, we've got round glasses hung in front of his glossy blue eyes. I really liked that bit. You couldn't miss. I really liked that one. Instead of saying he has a scar, you can't miss the scar that's on his forehead. Nice opening here. Due to his flexibility, quick thinking and bravery. They're the ones that stood out for me. There are tons in here. Loads and loads and loads. We talk about his quivering hands. Yeah, the one that I really liked particularly is this one. I thought it was a clever way of saying he wears glasses. Just the clever the glasses are hanging in front of his eyes. So there's going to be lots in there. You might like some other things that are different to mine, but you can take some of this or some of the wording and use it yourself. So let's have a think. Think about what we just looked at. We looked at a description. Try and imagine the character that we've just read. You might want to scroll this video back and re-watch or reread that section. Try and, as you're reading it, try and make some links back to a dolphin. So maybe instead of saying round glasses hung in front of his glossy blue eyes, you could say, let me think of what a dolphin looks like. Grey pointed flippers are attached to the side of his body. I mean, that is very basic. I was thinking about that on the spot, but you can play around with those words or hang from its sides, something along those lines. You can play around with the wording. You've got plenty of time to do it, but try and maybe take some elements of that and use it for your character. Now, I'm not saying make a dolphin wear glasses, because we are going to be describing a more realistic dolphin. So, we're going to be writing a story about a dolphin who comes across rubbish whilst he travels through the sea. Think about what you want from your main character. Think about his personality. Is it going to be scared? Is it going to be clever? Is it going to be brave? Is it going to be inquisitive? Is it going to have been damaged in some way by this plastic? What's damaged? Has it hurt a flipper? Is there a scar or something? I don't know. Think about the colours. Think about the sorts of shapes. It's an incredibly streamlined body they've got. So, here we have some adjectives that we might use. And here we have some different ways of referring to the animal without keep saying the dolphin, the dolphin, the dolphin, the dolphin, the dolphin. There is a majestic sea creature. It's a caring and playful mammal. Sociable is a nice one. Now, something I noticed from our environment descriptions, it's brilliant to use these 3 adjectives in our sentence, but we don't need to do it for every single sentence. Use it sparingly and with purpose. So here are some adjectives that we could use. So what we're going to do, we're going to write a character description using the words from the previous page. So here we go. So here's an example. The playful social dolphin had smiling eyes as it raced through the water. It liked nothing more than competing with its friends. Nice and simple. Of course, you are going to put way more detail into that. So you can see how we've used some of those words. Now, your task. Use the table on the left, so this table here, to write 3 sentences describing the dolphin in your story. Now, you can use these pictures. That's up to you. Use some of these words. Use some of these words. And it would be really nice, even no matter what challenge you do, to draw a picture of it at the end. And that might be quite nice to look at. So, write in a 2 chili challenge, write a paragraph using words from the table. So, use some of those words to try and write a cohesive paragraph. And for the 3 chili challenge, write a paragraph using, you might even want to do more than 1 paragraph, using the structure from the previous slide. So have a look at this, have a look at our example, and come up with some of your own adjectives and words. So there we're going into more depth, and what I want you to do is underline some of the ones that you've done yourself, your own ones. It enables me just to identify it a little bit quicker, and it also lets you know how much you're coming up with. But please feel free to draw a picture after it, but try and let a lot of your writing do a lot of the talking. Think about our reading activity where we've used some of the words to then draw the picture. Try and do that. Try and only draw what you've described. I look forward to seeing what